I am the devil, and I am here to do the devil's work.
This is Joel Grind of Toxic Holocaust. Yeah, I think Conjure Command basically has brought us to, it was the first record that's finally like where I feel it's a solid band. It's not just like a solo project thing for me. It's like finally turned into my goal that I had all along, which was basically to have a real band. It just kind of took a long time doing it. I kind of did it the backwards way of the way most people do, but I'm really happy with the way this new record turned out, and I'm looking forward to doing the next one. Oh, it's solid, man. I mean, it's with the bass player, Phil. I've been with him for right around 4 years, and the drummer about 2.5, and it's been. I mean, to be living that close to each other in a van, you have to have a good relationship with each other. It's just not going to work. And I feel like we have it. We all get along like as friends and musically. So it seems, it seems like, it took a long time getting to this point, but the result has been awesome. It doesn't really bother me. I understand why people are always, saying it's a one-man band, because I built the band from that, that's kind of what it, but it definitely has morphed, and I do want people to recognize that, I'm not like a dictator or something like that. I'm not like the guy trying to be in the spotlight. It's just I had the vision and I had the drive to do it when no one else was there with me, And now that I do have people there with me, I want those guys to be recognized too for being in the band, because it's not just me anymore, and I'm not trying to get the glory for it. I want people to realize that, I respect the guys I'm in the band with, and I think that those guys are the reason why this last record was taken to the next level. It just basically built on what, I started. It's not that it's me and some other guys. It was me, and now it's, a full band. The themes on Conjure Command, the new record, basically, I was kind of going for something a little less, still evil, but less cartoony. You know what I mean? I wanted to do something a little bit more tied in like history and stuff like that. Not saying that I believe in like satanic like stuff like that, but historically there was a lot of people that, did have black masses and, witch burning, stuff like that. That's all fact, and I wanted to kind of take that slant on it this time around. I wanted to do something more of like almost like a history lesson or a commentary on past stuff, but the evil side of the history of, everyone, like of religion, of even like Greek mythology, stuff like that. Like there's a lot of interesting stuff that happened in the past that is real, but maybe the reason why it's real is not because, the devil's real, but it's because people were doing it because they believed the devil was real. Do you know what I mean? That's kind of more interesting to me. Like people were really like sacrificing things because they thought that stuff was real, and it's even crazier to think about like doing it because you really believe it's real. That's. So I kind of was getting off on that, and I thought it was cool to write about stuff like that. A little bit different than what I normally write about, Yeah, this new album cover, I definitely did it black and white intentionally because, one, I wanted to do something different than my past records, Haven't really explored just the straight, like, stark black and white covers. So I wanted to do that, and I also feel like this music is a lot more evil and a lot more fast and aggressive on this one, and I just thought, the fluorescent colors and stuff just weren't going to work for this one. You know, it's just, not saying I won't go back to that, but it's just this, it seemed like it was just a no-brainer for me. It just was like the whole package kind of just fit together.
You can find Crippled and Broken on Facebook.com/Crippled and Broken, or you can watch them on YouTube, YouTube.com/Crippled and Broken 1. Hope to see you.
I think us playing with punk bands or metal bands kind of works because I think the core sound of Toxic is basically like very no frills and just to the point, and that's kind of like where the punk influence comes from. And it also has, you know, like a lot of you know, like the satanic stuff and like the riffing and stuff like that has a lot to do with metal. So it's kind of just a natural thing. We kind of, you know, bridge that gap, I think, a little bit. And you know, we're fans of both styles, you know, and it's just, it makes sense to me because I never liked that things were so divided. You know, I kind of was more into, you know, everybody having a good time at a show, not necessarily the way you dress or anything like that. The big shows are fun because of the energy. Like if you have a really good show at a big place with the whole crowd, like, you know, really feeling it. But a lot of times you lose that like personal touch, you know. And shows like this where everybody's like basically in your face are the best kind. And there was a point where, one point in 2010, we actually did 5 months straight without seeing our houses at all. Like never even went to Portland. Like we just kept, it was like tour after tour just kept getting like added, you know. So that was nuts. But it hasn't been that crazy for the past year or so, but it still has been a lot of touring for a lot of people's standards. I gotta admit, I do kind of miss Portland. Portland really did feel like my home, but I ended up moving down to LA for a job. But you know how that goes. But gotta go where the money is sometimes. But yeah, we're gonna continue touring and probably not as crazy. You know, we're gonna pick our battles a little bit more now. Kind of do the things that, you know, when we see really good opportunities, that's when we're gonna go for the touring stuff. Yeah. I'm already started working on some new songs, but the release is like far off from now. You know, it's kind of, I'm not even thinking about that. I'm just kind of just writing songs for fun and just seeing where that goes. But I haven't came up with, you know, album title, any of that stuff. No like even like set direction of the way the new record's gonna be, but you know. Coming up this year, yeah, just we got this tour wrapping up. We loop around, like you said, with Ghoul, and then we're going to Europe and doing the festivals, and that's going to be really cool. We're playing some awesome bands over there, so like Sodom, and you know, it's going to be great. Bolt Thrower, all kinds of stuff. So looking forward to those shows in Europe this summer. After that, who knows? You know, just waiting to see what comes up. And like I said, we're picking our battles more, so we're gonna wait for the really good stuff coming up. Then we'll jump on it and do it again.